Today I'm actually doing a review for the Nike Lebron 11 Gamma Blues. I've not done a shoe review before, but I just got these. A friend of mine got them for me for my birthday, and I've had them for a couple of weeks now, and I thought I would do a review, especially in light of LeBron recently announcing that he would like for Nike to redefine this shoe. Apparently he's having some issues with it not fitting, especially in his toe area. I have heard other people say that you should go a size up with these in comparison to what you usually wear. I've not really found that to be an issue. I do have a wide foot, but I wear a 12, and I got this in 12, and it fits fine as far as my toes are concerned, the end of my foot. However, LeBron is trying to figure out a way, him and Nike, to redefine the shoe somewhat, but make it look exactly the same. I know a lot of people have already done reviews on these shoes and said they're great shoes. I'm going to give you my take on them. First of all, I'll start with the looks. They look kind of like a Transformer shoe. I don't really have any other way to describe them. Personally, I think they look awesome. I've gotten mixed reactions for them. Seemingly everyone either loves them or hates them. I have gotten called RoboCop already. Just a lot of different names for these shoes. Say they look like spaceships. Just a lot of different things that people are saying about these shoes. But I personally love them. Number one, because I'm a Carolina fan, and this is really close to being Carolina blue. You can see here, especially at the tip of this swoosh here, it gets a little lighter blue, and this swoosh is a couple of different colors. Seemingly that's what most people I have spoken with did not like about the shoe. They did not like how this Nike check went into different colors down here. First, some people say they do really like it because it enables them to wear different colors with the shoe and it not really clash. However, if you're wearing yellow or pink or purple or any of those colors that are in there, it's still going to clash a little bit because the shoe is predominantly this Gamma blue, which that's the main reason I love the color of these shoes. The Gamma blue, the gray, the lighter gray. I just personally think it looks amazing. But again, it's just shoes are a very personal preference thing. So with that being said, of course you've got the LeBron logo here on the tongue, and the tips of the shoestrings match the Nike check. They kind of change colors as well. So I mean that's pretty much it as far as the outside of the shoe. You've got the swoosh here, you've got the swoosh there, which of course this is the same color as this gray right here. So that looks nice. And of course the bottom of the sole has got this. And I know a lot of people have made issue about the bottom of the shoe not being essentially the same all the way around, whether it's the zoom or whatever it is. But I personally think that this shoe, as far just from aesthetics, just from the look of it, looks really amazing personally. There's the bottom of the shoe. You see LeBron's signature. I'll get to the grip on the bottom of these shoes in a moment. But yeah, that's essentially how they look. Again, as far as the fit is concerned, I just got the same size, and they fit me. I'll give you a comparison. I've got some Hyperdunks here, 2012 Hyperdunks. As you can see, LeBron's actually look a little wider. I think that's just because of the design, but they look just a tad wider than these Hyperdunks. These Hyperdunks fit me fine. Again, I do have a wide foot. I did not order a wide shoe. It's just standard size. These are both 12s, but that is just a comparison of those two. Now I'll get to the main issues with these shoes. As far as they look, I'm not giving you a 0 to 10 scale rating or anything like that. You can judge, like I said, most people either love them or hate them. I'm not gonna, if I say they're an 8 to me, they may be a 3 to you. so I'm not giving you that. I'll get more into the performance of these. Again, I have worn these 2 or 3 times to play in. I have been playing these Hyperdunks. I have these in this color and black and gray that I've been playing in for the past year. Obviously, these have this type of grip on the bottom of them, as opposed to the Lebrons that have this grip. Now, when I got these Hyperdunks, I said to myself, these are the best basketball shoes I have ever played in. I've played in, I don't know how, I've played in Kobe's, I've played in Jordans, I've played in Nike Shocks, I've played in Hyperdunks, I've played in just a few other types of shoes. These are the first Lebrons that I've had. Again, a friend bought them for me, and I was very thankful for that. And so if it had not been for him buying them for me, I probably wouldn't have bought them. Probably would have just stayed with my Hyperdunks, simply because I don't have $200 to spend on shoes. But with that being said, as far as the performance of these, they feel great. Of course, they've got that, you can't really see this, a little dark, but it's very cushiony, I guess you could say. When you put your foot in here, it almost feels like you're stepping on marshmallows. I mean, it's really soft. These Hyperdunks do not feel that way. Again, that's a personal preference. Whether you want that hard feeling, like your feet are actually on the floor, or if you want the extra cushion that LeBron kind of likes because he is so huge. But most people are not 6'8", 260, and as athletic as LeBron is. So that's certainly something to consider. Me personally, I like either one. I like the Hyperdunks that are harder and you actually feel like your foot's just on the floor. These do have great support, however. LeBron's great support as well, but again, they do feel kind of cushiony, which is really nice if you start playing for a while. I know with the Hyperdunks, bottom of my feet started hurting probably 2 hours in playing. At some point, my feet just started hurting. With these Lebrons, as far as that's concerned, they did not hurt. There's another pain I will be speaking about in just a minute as far as these shoes are concerned. I'll speak about the grip first. The grip is not as good as the Hyperdunks. This grip is the first shoe I've had that has had this type of grip on the bottom. It's not quite as good. And with these Lebrons, I'm not sure what it is, but the old wiping your shoe off every other play or whatever that is, I have an extreme, I guess you would call OCD about that. I wipe my shoes seemingly after every play. With these shoes, it just doesn't seem to work for some reason. They have better grip if you do not put your hands on them. It's almost like when you wipe your hands across them, they get slicker. So if you have one of those little tacky pads or a towel or something like that you're not using, I suggest using that if you want to wipe off the bottom of your shoes if you're playing on a dusty floor. Because for some reason when I wipe my shoes, and I've asked someone else about this as well, when they wiped them, they felt that, I don't know if it's the sweat from your hand, it just sticks on there, or what the deal is with that. However, that's the only issue with the grip. If you don't wipe them with your hands, they're really good. The grip is great. I do not believe it's as good as the Hyperdunk. However, it's pretty good. It's acceptable. The main issue I want to talk about with these shoes is kind of right in this area. And if you've ever just bought a new pair of basketball shoes before and played, you know that sometimes in this region, on the back of your foot, you can get blisters. Wearing brand new shoes, you sometimes get blisters. These shoes, as you see, are just a little bit lower as far as where the back of it actually hits your foot than the Hyperdunks here are. Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about here. Kind of right in this area is where the Hyperdunks make contact with the back of your foot, kind of in your heel area there. On the Lebrons, it's further down. The main issue I have with these shoes so far is when I first put these Hyperdunks on, I had no blisters whatsoever. Played in them a couple hours, had no blisters. You can see you can kind of press in on these Hyperdunks. They're a little freer, I guess you could say. Still a lot of support, but they're a little more mashable, I guess is the appropriate word there. These Lebrons, the main issue I have with this shoe so far is that I have a blister on the back of my heel that I have had since the very first day I put these on. And it comes in this region. This part right here really presses in on the back of your foot. And it's very hard right there. Probably about this far down on the back of the shoe. Right here severely presses down about an inch above the bottom of your foot on the back of your heel. And I was playing, and after about 30 minutes, I started feeling a severe pain in my foot, pulled it off, and had blood all over the back of my foot. From here to here, the shoe was cushioned. However, about in this area, there is suddenly no cushion whatsoever. So I'm not exactly sure why that is. However, that's certainly something to take into consideration. If you're wearing some ankle braces or some thicker socks, and some people wear 2 pairs of socks when they play, then it may not be an issue for you. Maybe this has not been an issue for you, but I know for me it has. Someone who's worn a lot of different shoes. I've never had this happen before to this severity with a basketball shoe. So with that being said, other than that, the shoe is amazing. I really think the shoe is a great shoe. Not having the issue that LeBron is claiming he's having. Again, my only issue, I wish the grip was a little bit better. But again, I'm coming off a year's experience with the Hyperdunks, and to me, again, my opinion is those are the best basketball shoes I've ever played with. You may have a different opinion, and that's okay. But my main issue is the grip and this spot back here that has left me with a blister for 2.5 weeks that has still not gone away. And I've tried wearing these again, and I just had to take them off after playing for about 2 or 3 minutes. I had to take them off. I had about 10 Band-Aids on the back of my foot. I had a Band-Aid and athletic tape put inside of this shoe, and none of that seemingly helped. I will be playing in these tomorrow. The blister is better. It's still not healed, but it's not better. But I'm going to play tomorrow some, and I'm going to put on, I've not been wearing an ankle brace with these. I'm going to wear one tomorrow. I've not worn one in a year. But I'm going to put one on tomorrow just to see if this will help. If it does not help, then I'm going to have to come up with another option, because I really love these shoes. However, this thing right here that is really pressing on, I don't think this little insert here for this shoe is what the problem is. I'm just giving you the general area. It's about right here in this area on the back of the shoe that's really hard on the inside. Again, I can't show you that. I don't have a flashlight. But it is really hard, and I know some people have said it has to do with the fit of the shoe. It does not have to do with the fit. The shoe fits me perfectly. I put my foot in it, and it fits perfectly. It does not slide up and down on the back of my foot or anything like that. It is a good, snug fit. That's another thing. You don't really want to buy it bigger, because you can definitely tell these shoes are going to break in some. So if you do go bigger, a month or two down the road, all of a sudden they're going to be too big for you. So with that being said, I would say just stay true to size. Whatever you wear in most other Nike shoes or basketball shoes, get in this as well. So with that being said, these are the LeBron 11s, Gamma Blue, and that is my review. Thank you for watching.